Happy Sunday morning. You're getting another ceiling video. I've been awake since about 2:30 a.m. and the reason is not bad, the reason is good. But a couple of things I want to say first. One thing is I thought within this house, which is relatively large compared to where I've lived before, I thought I had lost my phone inside the house. Because we didn't really go anywhere yesterday. We went to the grocery store, the drugstore. I knew I didn't leave my phone either of those places. Well, I was frantically searching for my phone because I never leave the volume on, so it's not like James could call it and it would ring. It was in the downstairs bathroom floor. So apparently I thought it was a good idea yesterday to go put it on the floor while I was in the bathroom. And it was next to a water puddle, but didn't get wet. Another thing that's happening, I'm not sure what to do about it. Probably get James to clip it when he finally gets up. So a few months ago I had slammed my right thumb in the sliding glass door. Now the nail is finally coming off. But it's not enough off, I can just rip it off. So now I can barely function because it's my right hand and I'm right-handed and everything I touch snags the nail. So I guess I'm going to get him to clip as much of it as he can without clipping my skin. Because there's not enough of it off on the right side of my right thumb. I just can't just rip it off. I might just get him to rip it off. Anyway, I was torn up because I thought I was going to do a farewell video, and I don't mean that in the self-deletion way. I thought I was going to have to do a farewell to writing. I thought that I was never going to be able to write fiction again after the deranged Tangerine Menace got reelected. I thought it had just been completely deleted from me. Which would be kind of crazy because the reason I published They Called Her Morlock in the first place and the reason I wrote it was because when Trump ran for the office the first time, I was just so disgusted. So I don't want my writing history to be defined by Trump. But I'm going to skip a lot of my titles, most likely. And I'm going to skip directly to the final title, which is what I'm going to write next. Because all of a sudden it just hit me. So in The Reporter, there's a A plot and a B plot. The A plot is this reporter who is at the end of his rope. And there's a painting that we have in our music room by a man named Rick Lewis. And it's a picture of a reporter in this spiffy little suit and a little bow tie at his little reporting desk with a pew-pew by his hand that he's about to use because he's at the end of his rope. And I thought initially I would write the reporter being alive and the end of his rope right around 2064 when in my story, Morlock, the grid went down. And then it just occurred to me, he can be at the end of his rope now. Because if you would have told me 20 years ago that what we're going through right now, we would be going through it, I would say, you're a conspiracy theorist. I'm living in a conspiracy theory. And what a time, if somebody wants to no longer be on this earth, what a time other than now. So, I'm going to rank this reporter around James' age. I'm going to say around 60. So that means that I get to look into the last 60 years worth of shit that has happened, that is terrible. And then this man just gets to the point where he just can't do it anymore. So not only do I get to research, I get to reenact the hive mind. If anybody knows what the hive mind is on my Facebook feed, I hope you guys will answer my questions. But for those who are not on my Facebook and want to know what hive mind means, so much of the material that I've written, I've gotten from other people's help. by asking a question of the hive mind. So I'll title it Hive Mind. Here's the scenario, and here's the question. And I get so many good answers, and people really want to help me. I mean, I suppose I still do, but unfortunately, Facebook has now become a right-wing propaganda where you don't even see what your friends post half the time. So hopefully, my friends will see my post asking for help. And I particularly want to know what people half a century like I am old and older, their memories of what was going on in their world that was bad, that they saw on the news or they saw across the street or they saw in their family, that this reporter has to deal with reporting it until he can no longer do so. And I'm going to make him a rare reporter that's not like a political spin monster like Fox. And also, from a channel I'll make up that doesn't bow to the knee of Trump, who sues using his political presidential power, which is against the First Amendment, and the news station bows and gives him a settlement. I'm going to make up a fake news channel that they don't do that. In fact, I'm going to have this reporter mention that Trump's suing them, and they're going to take it to the end in court, because fuck him. Oh, by the way, I've lost, I think, because I don't have that many Facebook friends, but I think 3 people have unfriended me, including this woman who I'm pretty sure is Latinx, who voted for Trump and believes everything that Trump says, who never commented on any of my posts until I said, if you voted for Trump, fuck off. Then she's like blowing up all over the comments. It's like, so that's the people that I can't stand. They ignore everything you post for years until you post something they really don't like. And then they're gonna try to hand you your ass. Well, you can't hand me my ass. I am like a Teflon pan. You can't hand me shit. Unless you're handing me some money, or unless you're handing me, I don't know, something delicious to eat, you're not handing me shit. So get over yourself. You're not owning me. You're not schooling me. You're not. So anybody on my Facebook page who thinks that I need a lesson, you also need to fuck out of my life. And go and suck the tangerines, you know what.